2, 1.
The Incas!
What geographical factors led to greatness or decline, success or failure?
The collapse of the Inca Empire started when the Spaniards arrived in Central America and transmitted their diseases to locals who spread them to other parts of the continent, including South America. Influenza and smallpox were the main causes of death among the Inca population, and it affected not only the working class but also the nobility. As a result, disease weakened the working class, which resulted in lower agriculture output as well as in the effectiveness of the communication network, which were the backbone and the success of the empire. Without its reliable communication network, which used manpower, or charquis, officials in Cuzco, the capital, did not know what was happening as they were invaded in the north. When the nobility got affected by disease, it unraveled previously unseen struggle for power and a fight for the succession to the crown of Sapa Inca. The situation triggered a civil war between supporters of the two brothers Atahualpa and Huzacar, which enabled the Spaniards quick access to the control and wealth of the empire.
What contributed to the stability of their society? That's you. You literally have it up there.
The Inca Empire employed central planning. The Inca Empire traded with other regions, although they did not operate a substantial internal market. While axe monies were used along the northern coast, presumably by the provincial Mindel trading class, most lived in a traditional in which households were required to pay taxes both in crops and in the form of labor and military obligations, though barter was present in some areas. In return, the state provided security, food in times of hardship, through the supply of emergency resources, agriculture projects to increase productivity, and occasional feasts. The economy rested on material foundations on the vertical archipelago, a system of ecological complementary in accessing resource, and the cultural foundation, or e-change.
What lasting achievements were made?
System of roads and bridges. The Incas were magnificent engineers. They built a system of roads and bridges across the roughest terrains of the Andes. Centralized economy. The successive empire's centralized economy led to social harmony and to its fast expansion. The Inca central planning economy was, perhaps, the most efficient and successful ever seen. Medicine. The medicine practiced by the Incas was related to religion and rituals. Their most important discovery, and one that is widely used in current Andean society, is the use of plant extracts. Fortification and buildings. The Incas developed suburban architecture and engineering techniques without the use of the wheel and modern tools.
Discuss how they related to other cultures.
The Incas and the Olmecs. Both cultures were deeply religious. They both built temples and pyramids to worship and remember their gods, and they both mummified and buried kings. The Incas and the Aztecs. Both civilizations ended in the 1500s when the Spanish took over. Both used terraced farming and irrigation, and they were both also deeply religious and worshipped many gods. The Incas and Mayas. Both were among the first Mesoamerican civilizations. They were both very religious, and they both built huge ceremonial temples where they performed human sacrifices.
Describe how/when archaeologists discovered this information.
On the morning of July 24th, 1911, a tall explorer from Yale University set off in a cold drizzle to investigate rumors of an ancient Inca ruins in Peru. The explorer chopped his way through the thick jungle, crawled across a bridge of logs bound together with vines, and crept through underbrush hiding venomous pit vipers. 2 hours into his hike, the explorer and his two escorts came came across a grass-covered hut. A pair of Indian farmers walked them a short way before handing them over to a small Indian boy. With the boy leading the way, Hiram Bingham stumbled upon one of the greatest archaeological finds of the 20th century, and what was named in 2007 as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. Bingham believed he had found Vilcabamba, the so-called lost city of the Inca, where the last of the independent Inca rulers had a years-long battle against Spanish conquistadors. Bingham argued for and justified his conclusions for almost 50 years after his discovery, and his explanations were widely accepted. Machu Picchu is the base for all we know about the Inca Empire.
In what ways have the Incas affected our lives?
The Incan culture has affected the world in a number of ways. Arguably one of the most advanced cultures, the Incas have continued to inspire the people of the world. No one feels the presence of the Incas like the South American country of Peru. The Incan capital of Cusco is still a city in Peru, and the land is rich with Incan culture. Incan influence can be felt all around Peru. One reason for this is that Peruvians are very proud of their heritage, and the other reason could possibly be that curiosity surrounding the Inca Empire is a major source of revenue